Hi there, I'm Mandy Sorrentino and I am a team leader. I am coming to you actually to talk to you real quick about how to get out of your personal network when you feel like your network is tapped and you can't go back to them for bookings or sales because you have exhausted that network. My friends, I have been there. I have been there. Real quick, I'll fill you in on my story. So I joined UBAM at the end of July of 2019. I quickly promoted to team leader just outside of my incentive period, but I basically rode a really great wave after my launch party through my personal network into the fall, right into the holidays, and promoted December 1st to team leader. So come January, I felt like I had done a lot of work in my personal network. I had partied through my network and then through my extended network, the bookings that were off of my parties, with a lot of friend overlap in that. I had done a Cards for a Cause at my daughter's school that my family had supported me and my friends had supported me in. I had done a book drive and made a donation to my local hospital for Christmas, which was like a meaningful way for my family to give back. But there was still a lot of touch points on my personal network. Enter January, and I had a handful of bookings on the calendar, which was wonderful, but they actually either got canceled or postponed, and suddenly I was at ground zero. So I had a choice, right? Like, I had already gotten far more out of this business than I had ever intended. I had joined for the discount, joined to build my library at home, joined so that my kids could have like a nice big stack of books showing up in the mail. But I had stayed for the people. And it would have been really easy to walk away. Like, I had made more money than I expected. My library had grown more than expected. I had quite a successful run, but I was back at square zero. Instead, I decided to get creative and set my mind to getting out of my network. And I was actually able to do that fairly quickly. And so my top tip that I always pass to my team, I thought I would just record here for you guys in case it can help you or someone on your team. So I think the truth is, when we tell people to reach far and wide and deep into their network, very few people actually go to the depths or the lengths that we would hope that they would. I was guilty of that. It's easier to go to your friends that you're in constant communication with and your family, especially if that network is a network that supports you in your efforts when you first start up. So in my case, my network was feeling very tapped and I did not want to go back to them. So I went to my friend list. You could do this on Facebook or Instagram. And I had two specific goals in mind. I wanted to target, number one, people that were not living in my state. Like, I found my whole round of parties, while successful, while I'd had bookings off of them for the last 6 months, I was not getting out of my geographic location. So I wanted out of the state of Connecticut. I wanted to be in a totally different geographic area to open up new networks of people that were going to remove me from my personal network. And I also wanted to make sure that I was engaging people that belonged to a community. So I scrolled through that list and I looked for people that were more distant acquaintances than close friends, that were in a different geographic location, that had kids or a kid connection. In doing this, I was actually able to connect with a friend that I had been Facebook friends with since middle school, and she had 5 kids and she was living down in Alabama. They were actually a military family, which was like kind of my second criteria of having some other kind of supportive community that they talk about or engage with, in the area in which they live, that supports them. So she was fantastic. She hosted a party, and you guys, that immediately opened up an entire new network for me. I very quickly started back up my business and I was outside of my geographic area. It was fantastic. I also reached to family and was able to connect with my cousin who lived out in Hawaii, and that was lovely too. She actually ended up joining, which was super fun. And it opened up an entire other network that I don't know how long it would have taken me to connect with people in Hawaii if I hadn't reached out and, reestablished a communication channel with her. We had been in touch, but very distantly. So that was great. That immediately got me out. But I had to go outside of my comfort zone and reach to those people that I wasn't in frequent daily communication with, that I wasn't seeing regularly, that had a community and a love of books, and put some importance on books in the home for their kids. That's always my top tip. Do not be afraid to go deep into your friend list and ask, right? Like, we have something really fantastic to offer to people. Our Hostess rewards are phenomenal. And we are not doing this to be salesy or pushy. Like, yes, I had my own goals to get out of my network for my personal business and to keep it growing. But at the end of the day, like, my mission is books in the hands of kids and books in the homes of families. And I'm not doing my job if I toss the towel in and don't get down and get creative on my business because my network feels tapped or it has stalled out. And so that's always my number one tip to my team. Go deep, deep, deep into that list and have a goal in mind. If you are feeling like you can't get out of your network, then look specifically only at those people that are not in your geographic area. Another idea that I love to pass on to people is think about doing something creative. Who can partner with you on a hero party? Who wants to do a party with a purpose? You can also be targeting people outside of your network, outside of your geographic area, who have a cause that they're passionate about that they might want to give back to. Those are fantastic people to reach out to because you have something very valuable to offer them. Our Cards for a Cause return as a fundraiser is crazy. Like, it's almost a 40% return in profit towards an organization or an individual or a nonprofit. Like, that is a fantastic fundraiser. There are many, many people out there that have a passion for giving back, and we have the unique ability to put something really valuable in terms of like high quality children's materials and books into the hands of people that need them. Preschools. So any consultant can do a preschool book fair. If you're looking to get out of your network, start thinking about other networks you can open up. Do you have preschools in your local area that you could reach to and offer to do a book fair? Maybe you want to pair that with the Cards for a Cause. When I did that at a local preschool, we did them together. We did Cards for a Cause because they wanted some cash returns, and we did a book fair. At the time, the only option was to get 50% back in book rewards, but now we also have a cash option. So that's a fantastic way of getting out of your network too. So those are just my quick tips. I thought I'd pass this along and encourage you, like, keep going. Remember to connect to your why. Like, why did you join this business? And if you joined it because you loved the books and you wanted them for your family, what is it that's going to keep you in this business? What is your deeper why that gives you that meaning? And if that why is strong and powerful enough, do not give up because you feel stuck in your personal network. Get creative. Talk to your team leader. Look at that friend list again. Put specific goals in mind and target people specifically in a way that is going to enable you to achieve those goals. I am rooting for you. You can do this. So glad that you are part of the team, and I can't wait to see the amazing things you do.